Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charity and you're watching Booked on Charity. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy it here. Please remember to subscribe to my channel down below if you have not done so already, and remember to follow me on my social media that I've got linked down below. I've also have links to a 60-day free trial to SCRIBD. I love SCRIBD. I use SCRIBD almost on a daily basis. It makes my reading so much better, so much easier, especially when you have a narrator that is so good. But yeah, I especially love it for my romance books because that's usually where I gravitate towards. I don't have a lot of romance physical books, but yeah. I am side trading a little bit today. I've got trusty journal phone because today we are doing my February most anticipated releases for 2022. I've got a list of books that I'm personally interested in releasing. Obviously there's like hundreds of books that's been released in February, but I just want to tell you about the ones that I'm interested in. I don't know the synopsis of these books, so I'm just going to be reading off of my phone for you guys, and I hope you don't mind. So I'm going to share a picture of the book that I'm talking about somewhere on the screen. So the first book that I'm so excited for that's releasing in February is House of Sky and Breath. This is by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the Crescent City series. I'm really excited for this one. I am currently reading House of Earth and Blood. I'm only about 130 pages in, so I don't know a lot that's happening yet, but I'm already so excited for this one because I am expecting to love House of Earth and Blood. So this book is expected to publish on the 15th of February. It is 768 pages because Sarah J. Maas loves thick books. So I'm not going to read what the synopsis of this one says because I am currently reading the first book and I don't want any spoilers. The next book on my radar is Black Cake, and this is by Shemaine Wilkerson. This book is releasing on the 1st of February and it is 400 pages long. On Goodreads it says, in this moving debut novel, two estranged siblings must set aside their differences to deal with their mother's death and her hidden past. A journey of discovery that takes them from the Caribbean to London to California and ends with her famous black cake. So this story seemed interesting when I read the synopsis. I kind of want to find out what's gonna unfold. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. The next book that I'm interested in is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, and this is by XCO. I believe that this is a standalone book. So this says, deadly storms have ravaged Mina's homelands for generations. Floods sweep away entire villages while bloody wars are waged over few remaining resources. Her people believe that the sea god, once their protector, now curses them with death and despair. In an attempt to appease him, each year a beautiful maiden is thrown into the sea to serve as a sea god's bride, in the hopes that one day the true bride will be chosen and end the suffering. Yo, like sacrifice somewhere. This book is 336 pages long and it is being published on the 22nd of February. This sounds like a really interesting book. I don't know if it's gonna, it seems to me like it's gonna be based around a lot of women empowerment and the struggles of being a woman, having to have yourself be sacrificed with the hopes that this god, if he exists, will actually accept you as his chosen bride so that he can stop the suffering. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. The next book that I'm interested in is called This Woven Kingdom, and this is by Tahereh Mafi. And this is the first book in the Woven Kingdom series. It is being released on the 1st of February as well, and it is 512 pages. So this says, clashing empires, forbidden romance, and a long forgotten queen destined to save her people. Best-selling author Tahereh Mafi's first in an epic romantic trilogy inspired by Persian mythology. That's interesting. I don't know anything about Persian mythology. So this is to all the world. Aliza is a disposable servant, not the long lost heir to an ancient jinn kingdom forced to hide in plain sight. The crown prince Kamran has heard the prophecies foretelling the death of his king, but he could never have imagined that the servant girl with the strange eyes, the girl he can't put out of his mind, would one day soon uproot his kingdom and the world. This sounds really, really interesting, and I am really looking forward to reading this one. The next book that I'm interested in is Moon Witch Spiderkin by Marlon James. This is the second book in the Dark Star trilogy. I own the first book, but I have not read it yet. I hope that I can pick it up in March to read. I already have a chunky book this month and I don't need another chunky book right now. But this book, I actually don't want to read the synopsis because I have not read the first one yet, but I think I'm going to read just the first paragraph. So it says, from Marlon James, author of the best-selling National Book Award finalist Black Leopard Red Wolf, their second book in the Dark trilogy, His African Game of Thrones. So a lot of people say that this book is good, well, the first book. So I'm looking forward to this one and to obviously reading the first one. This book is expected to publish on the 15th of February in 2022. It doesn't have a page count, so I'm not sure how many pages are there, but I'm expecting it to be as thick as the first one. The next book I'm interested in is Bitter, and this is by Kweki Emezi. This is supposed to be a prequel to Pet. I've read and really enjoyed Pet, so I'm looking forward to this one. It is releasing on the 15th of February 2022, and I'm not sure of the page count, but I think it might be kind of like a thin book, same as Pet was. So it says, Bitter is thrilled to have been chosen to attend Eucalyptus, a special school where she can focus on her painting surrounded by other creative teens. So if you've never read Pet, in Pet we follow a young person who is a transgender, and their mother's name is Bitter. So this is actually their mother's story. And it continues to say, but outside this haven, the streets are filled with protests against the deep injustices that grip the town of Lucille. So it's still taking place in the same town that they lived in when we read Pet. Bitter's instinct is to stay safe and within the walls of Eucalyptus, but her friends aren't willing to settle for a world that the adults say is just the way things are. Pulled between old friendships and creative passion and a new romance, Bitter isn't sure where she belongs, in the art studio or in the streets. And if she does find a way to help the revolution while being true to who she is, she must also ask at what cost. I'm really looking forward to this book. The cover is so pretty. Like, I love these covers. I really love the cover of Pet. So yeah, you'll see the cover is really pretty. The next book I'm interested in is called Age of Ash, and this is by Daniel Abraham, and this is the first book in the Kitamar series. So it is from New York Times best-selling and critically acclaimed author Daniel Abraham, co-author of The Expanse, which I've actually heard a lot about. The Expanse series comes a monumentally epic fantasy trilogy that unfolds within the walls of a single great city over the course of one tumultuous year, where every story matters and the fate of the city is woven from them all. So I'm interested to see how this book is, or this trilogy is going to be written, because everything's happening in the same city over a single year in 3 books. So I don't know if there's going to be like multiple POVs in here. So I don't know, we'll have to see. It says Kitamar is a center of trade and wealth, an ancient city with a long bloody history where Kitamar is a center of trade and wealth, an ancient city with a long bloody history where countless thousands live and their stories unfold. This is Alice's, where her brother is murdered, petty thief from the slums of Long Hill sets out to discover who killed him and why. But the more she discovers about him, the more she learns about herself, and the truth she finds are more dangerous than knives. Swept up in an intrigue as deep as the roots of Kitamar, where the secrets of the lowest born can sometimes topple thrones, the story Alice chooses will have the power to change everything. This book is 448 pages long, and it is expected to be published on the 15th of February 2022. This sounds quite interesting. I'm really looking forward to see what they're going to be doing with the trilogy, especially over the span of 1 year in the same city. I don't know if we'll be following the same characters. There's probably going to be a main character that we're looking at, but they might be secondary or, you know, other characters that will come and go. We'll have to see. The final book that I'm interested in is a romance novel, and this is Lease on Love, and this is by Fallon Ballard. I particularly got interested in this book because it said it's bitch read meets the flat share in this warmly funny and delightful shop debut rom-com about a down-on-her-luck young woman who turns an innocent mix-up between a dating app and a roommate app into a chance at love. So yeah, I'm interested in this one. It sounds like it's going to be a fun book to read, so I'm really interested in the book. This book is releasing on the 1st of February, and it is 352 pages long. I hope the romance is really good. Obviously this is based on her looking for a roommate but actually ending up using the wrong app to get a roommate. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that is all the books that I am interested in. If any of these books are on your radar, please let me know down below, or if I've missed a book that's publishing soon that you know about and you're excited about, please share with me as well in the comments down below. I would be really happy to see your comments and check out some of the books that I have not picked up on yet. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, please leave me a book emoji down below, open book, closed book, book stack, it doesn't matter, and let me know if any of the books that I've mentioned are on your radar as well. If not, and if you have other books that I've not mentioned, I would love to see it in the comments down below. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you guys in my next video.